Rogers. Yeah, we do. We got to be selected for this subject. All right, Danny. All right, man, here we go. Ooh. Hey, here we go. All right, baby. Good morning, Danny. How we doing?
Hi, Chris. How are you? Sorry, I'm on what am I on? Mountain Standard Time. So I'm still
Yeah.
getting used to the time change.
No, you're good. You're good. I just want to say thank you for allocating your time to me. I really do appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, of course. You're at what, Kennesaw State right
Yes,
now?
yes. Kennesaw
How's
State
it
University.
going?
Well, my schedule's kind of crazy. I have 21 credit hours. I work full time overnight, and I also do event security as well. So,
No
yeah,
way.
I'm a little bit of a maniac. I'm kind of crazy. So,
Yeah, you have to be if you have that kind of schedule. I didn't even know you could take 21 credits in a
yeah,
semester.
yeah. I had to fill out an overload form, so that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing that this semester, and I'm also going to do it for the summer because I have 5 classes left, literally, to graduate. So I'm going to take them all in the summertime and knock them out and graduate. So
Oh my gosh, I love that. So how many years have you been at Kennesaw?
uh,
Is this
this is 5 years.
okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So you're ready to be done.
yeah. I'm ready to be done, but I'm actually I'm an older student because I started
Mm-hmm.
as a 23-year-old freshman, and now
Yeah.
I'm a 28-year-old senior. So yeah.
Just got to get it done when you can.
So that's what we doing.
Right?
I wanna ask you about how are you and your family doing during these pandemic times?
Yeah, no, we're good. Um, family's been good everyone's been good. Health wise, I guess. Yeah, I'm what, 1,500 miles from them. I just took a job with Arizona football. So I moved out here like 5 days ago. So
Okay.
I'm like, so they're in Michigan and I'm out here in Arizona now. So it's kind of been insane. It's Wild.
I totally understand that. Let me give you some. Well, I gave you a little bit of background on me, but let me give you some more
Okay.
background on me, and then I'm gonna tell you why I reached out to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you know, I'm a journalism and emerging media major.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a staff writer for our school magazine.
Okay.
I'm a sports co-host. There's three of us that have a sports radio show every Wednesday from 2 to 4 called The Swoop. Um, in the fall, I covered high school football as a sports
Mm-hmm.
correspondent for different publications out here, covering about 11 games. I'm gonna do the same for high school basketball playoffs in a couple weeks
Love it.
as well, doing the same as that. Sports writing, sports reporting is my passion, but I do want to get into the broadcast as well. I'm going to start getting some more reels because I have a
Mm-hmm.
class right now, video news production, that's going to get me in front of the camera, doing some things, and also editing, producing, getting better with that because
Mm-hmm.
I kind of suck at it right now. But that's okay. We're going to get better.
Yep.
So to me, it was a no-brainer, Danny, to reach out to you. I first saw you on Twitter. I saw that you was a sports broadcaster. Then I looked you up on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that you did some reporting, some anchoring, some reporting in Detroit and Toledo. And then I was like, this is
Mm-hmm.
a no-brainer to talk to this one because, I tried to look you up on YouTube and see if I could find maybe some reels on you. I found a couple. I didn't find a whole lot, but I found a couple and I thought you were brilliant. So I was like,
Okay.
let me just go ahead and talk to Danny, reach out, see if she wants to talk to me, see if I can hear about her experiences, get some wisdom from her,
Mm-hmm.
be a sponge, and just connect with her because I think that she's very talented, very passionate, and it's just a no-brainer to reach out and talk to somebody like you. So I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate that all so much. I'm wondering what reel you saw because um I guess a rule of thumb that I've been taught is just to have your most recent stuff up because if someone sees something you did a few years ago, they're like, no way. Like
It
she's
was it
horrible.
was
We're not
recent.
hiring her.
It was
Okay,
recent.
good.
I just forgot. I forgot what it was because I did it about maybe a couple weeks ago. So I know we scheduled
Yeah,
it about a couple weeks ago.
right.
But yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely wanted to check you out because I typically like to do that. With writers, I like to look up wherever publication they are because I like to see their writings and kind of be like, okay, they're pretty cool, pretty talented. And same with reporters, I like to see their reels and with broadcasters like you as well. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and talk to Dannie Rogers and see what's
You're
good.
freezing a little bit.
Oh,
I think it's good.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I was like, let
Okay.
me go ahead and talk to Danny and
Mm-hmm.
connect with her because um, I'm a guy that's a Midwest person. I was born in Chicago.
Okay,
Uh,
I was gonna ask.
yes, born in
Mm-hmm.
Chicago. My family was raised like my mom and dad was raised in Chicago, but I was actually raised where you are on the West Coast. I was raised in San Diego, so I was raised in Florida.
Okay.
So yes,
You've
um,
been everywhere.
I have. And
Yeah.
Arizona is definitely one of my favorite states. It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie about that. It gets hot out there, but it's one of
Mm-hmm.
my favorite states because Phoenix is a city that I absolutely love. So
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm what 2 hour, a little under 2 hours from Phoenix, but everyone's like, it's so fun, it's so cool. I'm like, well, Tucson seems cool too, because that's where I'm at right now. So no, I love it. We have some family out here, so that's nice. Some second cousins. Um, but yeah, that's okay. So is your family still in Chicago?
I do have some, yeah, aunties,
Okay.
cousins, uncles.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some in California. I have some cousins that's in LA. I got family all spread out of the U.S.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
So most of your stuff's been writing.
Yes, most of it has been writing. I would say that for
That's
sure.
good. That's really good. I wish
Yeah.
I would have done some writing because I really didn't do any at Michigan because there's no journalism, there's no broadcasting classes. It's just you do whatever you can,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it weaves out the people who aren't going to put in the time to do it, which is kind of nice.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So if you're not committed to it, then you're not gonna get any reps. You're not gonna make any like reps for yourself. I think we
Right.
came up with like a show, then I came up with my own show. So that's how I know. I don't know. I assume you're taking, yeah, your journalism. Do you have
Yeah.
like a focus in anything?
Yeah, sports journalism. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
that's the focus.
it's actually communication, and then you have PR, you have
Hmm.
media relations, and then you have sports journalism and emerging media. So that's what I'm.
Okay, we have communications at Michigan, but like you couldn't like dive deep and go into like sports journalism. It was just
Right.
communications. That
Right.
was it was awful. Do you have any on camera reps right now?
I only have one, which is absolutely terrible. It's awful, but no, I'm actually going to be doing a news package this
Okay.
next week. This very next week, I'm a reporter for this package, and we're going to be talking. I'll be in front of the camera. I'm actually writing my script. I'm finalizing my script right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, amongst the many other classes that I have. So yeah, we're getting them. We're going to be getting them going. That's for sure.
The only thing with news packages is make sure you don't act like you're reporting on a murder if it's not a murder. Because
That's some
all the
good advice.
time I see like we had one guy come in to my full-time job and we were the same year in college, but I graduated a semester early. So I got in like 4 months before he did, and he came on and he was trying to talk sports, but it looked like he was reporting on a murder. And he sounded like he was reporting on a murder because he was like so flat. There was no energy. There was no smile on his face. We're like, dude, this is sports. Like, be excited about it. So as
Right,
long as you're not like carrying, I mean, you can talk the same as you can talk the same in a news package as you do in a sports package.
right, absolutely.
Like get the news voice out. Don't try to do a news voice. Just try to be conversational.
Right.
The
That's
news
some great
voice
advice.
will kill me. Oh my god.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what made
Hmm.
you or inspired you to want to be in the sports media industry, Pete?
I don't even know if a person did. I grew up playing sports like my whole life, tore my ACL in high school. And then I'm like, all right, well, I'm cool with not playing sports anymore. It crushed the D1 dream. So I was like, okay, I'm cool not playing sports, but I want to be in sports. Um, so I don't know the exact moment. I was like, I'm gonna be a sports broadcaster. But it was in high school at some point.
Okay.
And then that's why I went to Michigan. So I could work with the likes of the Michigan Athletic Department and like those huge names. So that's why I chose it regardless of a sports journalism major. But yeah, I think that's the influence, just growing up playing sports like all the time.
Yeah, you and me both. Particularly, I played rec
Mm-hmm.
league, high school. Did have a couple concussions playing football.
Ooh,
My mom was like, "You're not playing football anymore," and I'm like, "Mom, I'm a
no.
warrior. I'm like, I'm a warrior. I go out on my shield." But Mama's just like, "Nah, you're not gonna play no more. I don't want to see you on the ground like that no more." So, and at the time, I
Mm-hmm.
was living with her, and she was cooking my meals. So I was like, "Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to stop playing football if I want to continue eating." So we good.
Oh, my kids will not be playing football. It's just, and I work with a football team. My kids still won't be playing football for that reason.
Well, listen, you and hubby is gonna probably have to get over. You probably have to battle with that, cause
No, he's cool with it. He's a basketball dude.
Oh, okay. Well, then basketball it is. Okay, I'm with that.
We're hoping
Yeah,
they get the height and they're good. They're good to go.
I'm praying for
I
both of
know.
you guys.
Thank you.
Basketball is actually my favorite sport. So I did
Is
play
it?
football and basketball in high school, but
Mm-hmm.
I just like the football because I like to hit people. But when you get hit, it's a little different. So I was like,
I,
okay, I was done. Um,
I
okay.
don't blame you.
You talked about Michigan. Now, I want to ask if you did any internships while you were at Michigan that helps you with your current role now.
Oh my gosh, totally. I'm literally here because I interned for Michigan football my sophomore and junior years, and I had gotten to know one of the assistant coaches really, really well. And he kind of took me under his wing, taught me a lot about football. introduced me to his family. Like I was babysitting his little babies too. And now he's the head coach here where I'm at. And he asked me to come over with him to the new staff. So that's literally from that Michigan football internship that I was just at every day, just talking to people, getting to know coaches. And that's literally why I'm here. I also did internships with the Big Ten Network Student U. So all the Big Ten schools have that. So that's on camera reporting, like out of the gates. That was awesome. I interned with the LA Sports and Entertainment Commission. So like the group that just laid out the whole plan to bring the Olympics back to LA. And then I also interned with the LA Rams. And that was I got that internship from the same Michigan football coach who hired me here in Arizona. So yeah, it was just like one internship led to the next. And I got to go out to LA a couple times. And now I'm here working in college football again. So yeah, those were the internships and they were like critical.
No, that's awesome. That's really awesome. I can honestly say that your face is definitely made for camera. That's for sure.
Oh God, thank you.
It is. No question about it. No question about it. I don't know a camera that wouldn't love you. That's just me being sincere and honest.
That's so funny. I love it. Thank you.
Indeed. No problem. Let me ask this question because I always have this in the back of my mind of what is the most rewarding thing that you do, but what is also the most challenging thing you do as far as your job goes?
Oh gosh, I think the most rewarding thing is just being able to like get on the phone with coaches and have really good conversations with them, or do it in person, or when like coaches and athletes are able to open up to me, just from like casual conversations. Honestly, that's like my favorite thing to do is just talk to coaches and athletes. So that's kind of like the most rewarding thing. Okay. And then like when they open up and everything, that really is. And then like one of the toughest things, I mean, right now I'm putting in 15-hour days starting at like 6:30 a.m. So like that's tough. And then maybe getting people on board with ideas and making sure that they're like working as hard as I am at stuff, which is difficult and hard to expect out of people, but those are probably the toughest things.
No, that's a really good point you bring about what you talk about the toughest things, because people buying in. People have their own agendas at times, especially in this profession, and it's tough to kind of subside your ego a little bit and your agenda to get on the team agenda to make it better for the team and the environment. So
I agree.
For me, I don't think that would be a problem at all, because of course I have ideas, but I'm always on board with people as far as if we're gonna do this, let's do it together and let's do it 100%. So
yes,
that's the only way you'll be able to be successful in doing what you do, and also love doing what you do.
Agreed.
Well. The next question I have is social life. Now, obviously, you have, and I want many more years of bliss with you and your future husband. Okay, but I bring this question up because we do work nights and weekends. We do miss a lot of things. You miss weddings, you miss parties, you miss events, and you also it's hard to have friends outside of the sports media realm because they work 9 to 5 and we don't work a traditional 9 to 5.
Exactly.
My life, I told you my schedule. My social life has been pretty bad recently. I've had a homeboy that actually hit me up the other month, and he said, "Yo, come to the bar. Let's turn up. Let's have a good time. I got a shot here for you." And it sounds really damn good to me.
Sounds great.
But I'm doing recaps. I'm working on homework. I'm doing stories. I'm talking to people like Dannie Rogers, who I'm getting advice from and connecting with. So I can't be doing that. But then my homeboy says, "You can do that anytime." No, we can't do it at any time. No, we got things called deadlines. We got things that we got to have stuff in at times.
The deadline, yes.
So I say in my dating life, well, it's just worse. And I'll give you a prime example. I'll tell you what happened. About a month and a half ago, I went on a dinner date with somebody, and date was going well for the first 20, 30 minutes. Now, during those 20, 30 minutes, I told her I'm a sports correspondent. It was during football season. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
sports correspondent. I cover games. My sports editor gave me the night off. So yeah, that's what I do. But at any time, my phone, I may have to break and my phone may ring and he may say I have to go cover a game. So then I may have to go. Now I did let her know that up front. First 20
Mm-hmm.
minutes. But, selective hearing. She heard I was off that night. That's what she heard. So
Yes, that is selective hearing.
right. So
Mm-hmm.
then my phone rings.
Oh no.
And now it's my sports editor. He says, Chris, someone has called out sick. I need you to go cover the game. Now, this was a big
Man.
game because both
Mm-hmm.
teams were undefeated at the time.
Man.
And
Yeah.
I said, oh. So I told her, I said, hey, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I'm going to have to go cover the game. She's like, so you going to break the date? I said, yeah, I kind of got to break the date. I'm sorry. I got to go cover the
Yeah.
game. We can make it up. I'm willing to, do this again.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, so you literally gonna leave right now? Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna leave right now because I have
Yep.
to go. And I didn't. She's like, whatever. And I was like, oh,
Oh no.
yeah, it ended bad. So my dating life is even worse right now as a single guy.
Yeah.
So I ask this to you. I say that to
Mm-hmm.
ask this. How do you balance, or how did you balance? Because now you have yours, but how did you balance your work life, social life? How
That's
does
a
that
great
balance with
question.
what you do?
Yeah, I don't even know if I did balance it or do. Um, my fiance and I had spent so much time apart with me going to LA and he transferred to Clemson for his 5th year. So we had done the apart thing. So like I think we balanced out really well.
That's
But
good.
yeah, no, I was mad that I was missing like Mother's Day and Father's Day because I was on weekends and I had to go do the newscast on weekends.
Yeah.
So then so by 20, so right out of college, I just turned 22, got that full-time job in December. And then by 24, I decided I was going to go to freelance because
Okay.
The job wasn't great. I didn't like I had some pushback sometimes. It was great in terms of reps. It literally got me where I am today, but it was just sucking the life out of me and I was missing so much stuff.
Yeah.
And I was only 40 minutes from home and I was still missing a ton of stuff. So I went to freelance. So the last year has kind of been great because I've been able to not miss anything
Right.
except COVID would keep us apart, but yeah, that's when I went to freelance and decided like I make my own schedule. I miss what I want to miss. It's not someone telling me I have to come into work. And now I'm here in Arizona, 1,500 miles away, with a schedule that's like 7 days a week. So I kind of went back on what I said about me being my own boss and making my own schedule because I couldn't turn down this opportunity. My family knows that, and they're actually very excited to come out and visit, which helps make it better. But if nothing else, I make sure like I don't have time to text people back a lot or call them back. No, I make
Mm-hmm.
sure to text and call my family, my fiance. The social life I've never felt like I needed. Like sometimes, like in college, like I was never out tailgating before Michigan football games because I was out there, I was recruiting by like 7 a.m.,
Okay.
out at the football stadium. So that for me happened like at 20 years old, like very, very early on. I knew that social life wasn't really going to be great, but it was. I made it work sometimes like freshman, sophomore, junior years. Totally had a social life. It helped living with girls, like 4 or 5 of them at a time. But like post college, it's about just like texting and calling your friends and staying in touch because you're not going to be with them every single day and every single minute of the hour. So I need to be better about texting my friends and calling them and stuff. But other than that, they all understand what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do. So they kind of just get it and they kind of just give me a pass, you know? Hi. What is your last name?
Marshall.
I think I got some pics of you.
I know. And like, them pictures gonna be like somewhere we can get them.
Oh yeah.
What they gonna be at?
Today. I'm going through them right now.
No, what they gonna be
Do you guys want Twitter? Or you guys do influencer, don't you? Okay. I don't have the login yet. But I'll get it to you on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Players love pictures and videos of themselves. That's what that is. Anyways, but yeah, no. Family and friends give me like a lot of free pass to like miss things. Not that I want to though.
So you over the Arizona football page now? All right, so I'm gonna DM.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, perfect. Can you DM me?
Yeah.
Okay.
The page follow me, and I follow the page.
Okay.
So
Okay. Sweet.
But yeah, no, totally. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
I asked that question because I think it's an important question to know.
Oh my god, it totally is. It 1000% is.
You know, it's a matter of me just, understanding what somebody's doing in the professional realm, because my schedule's crazy. It's hard for people to understand it now.
Yeah.
When I break in and break through, I don't think I'll have all the kind of clatter that I have now. I think my schedule will kind of ease out a little bit. But
right.
Like I said, as a single guy, it's just tough to date somebody outside of the sports media. But I kind of want to a little bit, because it's like, man, I want to come home all the time and talk sports all the damn time. Like, let's just do something. Let's talk something a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I made sure my fiance and I, we really didn't, because he played college basketball. So I made sure I didn't really talk with him about basketball ever, even though I'm in sports. Because I had been around sports the whole day. I'm like, I'm cool with not talking about him for the rest of the day.
Right.
So I totally
you know what I'm saying? A different
you're gonna have to
genre,
find,
something.
yeah, you're gonna have to find someone who also just kind of gets it, and it's tough.
That's true.
Totally.
So I like that answer. I do like that. But it's a great segue to this question, which is, has there ever been a time in your life where you no longer wanted to be in the sports media industry? And if so, how did you exhibit the resiliency to not quit?
Honestly, the first time where I was like, I might have to pivot and do something out of the sports realm was COVID, when there was like, when I went to freelance and there were no jobs. And I'm like, holy smokes, I might have to like dabble in something else. But thankfully I didn't have to. But that was like the first time, only because there was literally no work for like 4 or 5 months. But other than that, like I'm full speed ahead, because I know a lot of ladies at my age, 24, 25 is when they start to dip out of the industry. So I feel like I've already but I've already outlasted like half of the females in broadcasting, just making it here. So like I'm full speed ahead, like maybe down the road, but I don't even see that happening. Yeah, I don't see myself getting out of it.
When you love something, you love something. You want to do it every day. And there's a lot of shitty jobs out there. Let's just call it for what it is.
Yep.
Do sports media, anything in the industry, this is what we love. So I'd rather be doing this, busting my hump doing this, than working at a CVS overnight. So
I know. And I was at Sunglass Hut, and I just won't go back. But it was great. It was a great job in college, but yeah, no.
Right. You ain't gonna trade that for this. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
You mentioned freelance, and I a few people have mentioned that. So my thing is, what's the pros and cons of freelance work as opposed to signing a contract with somebody?
Yeah, I mean, so I was in a contract for 2 years. It's a solid, stable salary. First off, that's like you get benefits, and you kind of know that you're going to get consistent on-camera reps. Freelance, though, it's a total hustle game. I wouldn't recommend doing freelance right out of the gate. I would recommend getting in any full-time salary job first, building up connections and contacts, and building up a reel, and then going freelance if it's possible. So that's what I knew. I knew I had built up a lot of connections and relationships, and that's why I was able to make the jump, and then almost make more than I did the first year in COVID than I did in a salary job in 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's like, a lot of people are like, oh, like I don't love my job, like I want to like leave it. And I'm like, you can, because there's a lot of money in reps and freelance. You just have to know kind of how to like work the system and like know people, but it's totally possible.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need an agent, or do you do all your negotiation as far as freelance?
I have an agent, but he doesn't do any of my, like, he looks at the big jobs, like the network jobs.
Okay.
Everything I do, like in Toledo and Detroit, that's me.
Okay. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
just always thought about that because for me, I
You
would
don't
think
need an agent.
right. I don't want. I wouldn't want one.
No.
Like you know who I am. You know what I'm about. Show me what you got.
Yeah,
And
you
then,
don't need an agent to do that for you.
okay, cool beans.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to tell you a story before I got to the next question because I did have a moment, like you did with your COVID. I had a moment as well.
Yeah.
So I had my first internship with the Knoxville Ice Bears. It was a game
Knoxville
day.
Ice Bears?
Yeah, this was the ECHL hockey team.
Okay. I was with the ECHL in Toledo. I know exactly what you're talking
You
about.
already know. So basically, I got a game day operations internship. The manager called me. He said, "Hey, Chris, can you finish out the season with us?" It was like from December to April. I said, "Hell yeah, I'll definitely do it." Now, mind you, I was 23 at the time because um, no one had ever called me for a sports thing at all, ever. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I'm excited. But I didn't know what game day operations was. So at that time, I had no car. I was living at home, and I just started a full-time job.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, the same one I'm at now, but I wasn't overnight. I'm overnight now.
Okay.
But then I was 8 to 5. Excuse me, Sunday through Thursday, and Friday, Saturdays I was in Knoxville. So this is how I got to Knoxville. I would take an Uber from my mother's house to the Martyr. I would take the mega bus from Atlanta to Knoxville. I would
How far
take
is that?
4 hours.
Okay.
Then I would take the Knoxville Transit to my hotel that I paid for, either the Super 8 or the Motel 6. Because when the mega bus dropped you off in Knoxville, the stadium was right across the street. Knoxville Ice Bear Stadium was right across the street.
Yeah.
So I literally got a hotel that wasn't too far away because I would stay there for 2 nights and return on Sunday, early Sunday morning, to be at work at 8 o'clock. I did this for 3.5 months while still going to school, but all my classes were online for school. So I would bring my laptop with me and do school while I was in the hotel.
Oh my God.
But during that time, I sat in my hotel probably a month and a half after, and I was like, yo, what am I doing this for? What the hell am I doing this for? Because I'm not getting paid. It's an unpaid internship. And I found out what game day operations was, which is running around. Pretty much, I was chasing kids with
A lot
hockey.
of work.
Yeah, a lot of work. And then these kids had a bounce house. And you know how kids are when they get in the bounce house. They get very, very rough.
Yes.
And we were doing chucker pucks. And I didn't even know what the hell chucker puck was. I was like, what is that? I was like, that's so weird. But at this point, I couldn't get to sleep, Danny. I really couldn't. And I was like, am I going to quit this? Am I going to quit this? Because I don't know if I want to do this and be in sports. Is this what I have to do to take this route? So then eventually I did go to sleep. I thought about it. I said, yeah, I'm going to finish it out because I never quit anything that I started. And I was already almost 2 months done anyway. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and finish it out. And then the manager ended up writing a great recommendation for me. And now fast forward 5 years later, I do have my own place, which I'm sitting in right now. I do have my own car, which is sitting outside right now. And I'm about to get a degree in journalism, sports journalism, and emerging media. But it stemmed from that moment of, damn, do I really want to continue doing this, chasing these kids and doing this just to get noticed for something that I, in the future, don't want to do in sports, which is game day operations? So I definitely had that moment. That was my moment. So I wanted to tell you that before I got to the next question.
And that would have been so easy to just dip out and be like, hey, I'm done with this.
Right?
So easy.
The mega bus trips were brutal. They were just, there's no other word to describe it.
Nope.
Sometimes I had to catch a Greyhound because I would have to catch an overnight. But, you know, I saved up money for that and saved up money for the hotel just to do this internship that I wasn't going to get paid for. So that's what I did. But
wild. That's amazing that you stuck it out.
That's crazy, right? This next question is a fun question. This is
Mhm.
what is your favorite memory that you've done in the industry thus far, and why?
Oh gosh. There's a few. There's definitely a few.
Okay, talk to me.
Michigan football let me go to a bowl game, like all expense paid. We flew down to Orlando. That was my sophomore year of college. I got invited to the next one, but I didn't want to go. It's a lot of work. Bowl games are fun, but they're a lot of work.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I spent a summer in LA with the Rams. That job is literally helping me with like every aspect of this job right now. So that was just like huge for me to go do that. And then I had to write like, I don't know, I think it came out to like 4 pages of why I needed to go cover a McDonald All-American from Toledo as a broadcaster in Toledo to my
Wow.
boss. I'm like,
Yeah.
why do you need me to write this? But I will. And then they let me go. And they gave me a budget, and I was like $1 under that budget after it was done. And so I got to go to Atlanta and cover the McDonald's All-American game. So that was too much fun.
Okay, came out here. All right.
Yeah, so that was great. Oh my gosh, let me stop. I think this would be it though. Those are what stick out to me.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So I asked you about your favorite memory. Now I'm going to ask you, what is an event that you would like to cover, but you simply haven't yet, and why?
Oh, Super Bowl. I mean, I think that's even over the NBA championships and like the World Series. I think Super Bowl is just I think it's literally the biggest event you could possibly cover. And like once you cover it, you're like, you could say you did it. Yeah, that's my big thing. 100%. That's the goal.
That's really awesome. That is.
Yeah.
I would definitely second that. The Super Bowl for me is probably one. That's because of my dad. I really would like to take him to a Super Bowl. I told him 2 years
I would
ago.
love to take my dad to a Super Bowl. That's exactly it.
Right? So
Yep.
he thought I was crazy when I told him, I said, I'm going to be a sports writer, reporter. 2 years ago, I told him this. And I'm going to graduate from college, and I'm going to take you to a Super Bowl one of these days. And he was like,
I love it.
what the hell are you talking about? That's what he said.
Totally valid.
Right?
Yep.
I'm like, no. I'm definitely going to take you to the Super Bowl. Then he looked at me and said, if you do that, you'll never have to do anything else for me, because he just wants to be at a Super Bowl and on the field. And I told him,
Yep.
I'm gonna bust my hump to make it happen. That's for sure. But NBA Finals, Olympics, and also World Series would be great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Give me them all.
Right.
I'll do them all.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
Yes. This next question has to do with moving around, which you've done quite a bit.
Yes.
So professors in my class always talk about market size. They always talk about, well,
that's dumb. I hate that they talk about that.
Right. So
that's why I've heard journalism professors tell some kids they'll never make it. I'm very against the jerk. Cute. Continue.
No, you're absolutely right. Because I was going there. My two professors, man and woman, told me that you have to start out in a small market size, and you may never get to the big market. You may have to settle for.
Why would they tell you that? That's wild. I don't like that.
So
I don't like it.
I stopped them in the class and I said, ma'am, sir, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not built like that. I don't never want to say never and put no limitations on me. It's cool to be in a small market. It's cool for anybody to give you a job, because it's a blessing to be in this industry.
Yeah.
But I'm striving to be in the best of the best. I ain't gonna try to just be like, oh well, I'm gonna stay here in North Dakota and be all good and glamorous. No, I want to get to the best.
Yeah, no. If you want to make $30,000 a year for the rest of your life, do that.
Right. Come on now. I'm like, come on. No, I'm not with that. Never say never.
We have bills to pay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I ask you this. I say that to ask you this. Is it better to move around to ascend for your career, or is it better to just get into one spot and then move up the ranks?
That's a great question. I had 2 job offers coming out of college. One in Cadillac, Michigan, which is northern Michigan, about 4 hours from home. My job offer was $25,000. First year coming out of college. That's very low. That's incredibly low.
Yeah.
I think in their market 120, 100 or 120. And then I had another job offer, Toledo, Ohio, market 70, and more money than that, like livable money. And so I could have taken jobs in like Indiana. I got calls from North Carolina and Miami, and I might have taken those, but I wanted to work as far up the ladder in like Detroit. Toledo's like right by Detroit. So I wanted to work my way up as much as possible. And that helped me because then Detroit started calling. And they were calling up until I left for this job in Arizona because I knew they didn't have an open position yet. And I know when the position's opening. So I'm definitely taking a gamble right now coming out to Arizona and establishing myself in an entirely new market when I've been so established in Detroit and Toledo. But I know if I just keep cranking out content and getting better, Detroit will call me back again and I'll be able to go back to that market. So if you have the opportunity to jump like 40 markets, do it. But if you're in a good market already, and I would say like 70 and above, like keep honing your craft. Don't try to jump ship as soon as humanly possible. Every time there's like an offer, someone calls you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to kind of stay patient. Mm-hmm.
I do like that because a lot of the times where I think about market size, I just think it's about the fit more than just the market size. I mean, money too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're always trying to chase a bag, then if you're always trying to chase the bag instead of just continuing to get better and better and better.
Yeah, well, the big opportunities and the more money will come as you get better. So I think those things can be mutually good with each other. But I know someone who left Toledo to go to Grand Rapids, 30 markets bigger in Grand Rapids, and he's not doing nearly as cool stuff as he would have done in Toledo, and would have like honed his craft and done different skills and added different skill sets. So you're right about the fit part, 100%. That's also a thing too, 1,000%.
Yeah, especially me being, I hate to throw the color into it, but African American man, sometimes there's some places that you want to go that you're like, you might be a little hesitant to go.
Where would you say?
Well, definitely the Dakotas, whether it's North or South Dakota, either one.
No
of
Dakotas.
Those. Yeah, definitely the Dakotas. Maybe even Maine, Augusta, maybe up there too. I don't know. If that's somewhere where I would kind of like be like, I don't know. But in any other place, I mean, for me, I can adapt anywhere because I love people. But the thing is, will people love me? And that's just it. So I always have that in the back of my mind.
I know, and I hate that you have that in the back of your mind. You know? But I don't think you're gonna let any of that deter you ever.
No. I love this industry too much, and I'm gonna bust as many doors down and break as many windows as I can to try to get into this industry. So,
I love that. Exactly. I love that.
This next question is about interviews.
It's about what?
Interviews.
Okay.
So the reason why I asked this question is I have a love-hate relationship with online sites like Teamwork Online, etc.
Yes, me too.
Because I feel like when you get your cover letter and resume together, you apply for a job posting, that you send it into space. You don't know who the hell's going to read it. You don't know if it's even going to get read. I feel like a lot of these companies put postings up there for legal purposes, knowing that...
Yeah, they have to.
Right. Knowing that they're inside person, that they already know that they're going to hire. So I say that to say this. What is the best way to get interviews with a company? Is it going online, or is it emailing, hiring directors or executive producers at stations or affiliates? Or is it talking with talented professionals like yourself, building a connection?
Yeah, no, I think all those three things in combination, I actually go in like 5 minutes to shoot.
Okay.
another workout. But it's a combination. I would apply on Teamworks if you see a job opening. Then I would follow up with the either sports director or a sports anchor or a sports producer, anyone in the sports department. And then yeah, along the side, I would keep talking to as many humans as you can, because I know a lot of like women have reached out to me and I have directly sent their stuff to job openings that I know someone at.
Mm.
So like every single one of those things that you just said, yes, in any order. In any order, they would help.
Mm.
1000%. Yeah.
Okay. How much is too much is too much? And what I mean by that is emailing people, because you know you want to email them and be persistent, but you don't want to be over the damn top either.
I know. So I would send an initial email, and then if they don't respond back within 4 days, I would send another email. And then I'd wait a week after that, and then another week. And by email 4, maybe even try a different person in that department,
Mm-hmm.
or just be like, I mean, it says a lot for them not to respond back. So maybe you don't want to work there, because it's not hard to respond back. 1000%. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I know you got to get going, but there's 3 things I want to say to you before you go.
Mm-hmm.
I am following you on Instagram and on Twitter and
Love
on
it.
LinkedIn. If you follow me back, I would love you forever.
Got you.
Forever, ever. And also, I want to be able to send you some of my reels whenever I get more reels.
Yes, please send reels. Yeah.
Maybe you can critique them, bash them to hell, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing I want to say to you is I graduate in July, so I'm going to be looking at all kind of places in the region. If you hear anything in Tucson, Phoenix, Scottsdale, any city up in Arizona that is opening as far as a job opening, please don't be a stranger. Send that my way. Don't be a stranger.
I will not.
Because I definitely want to talk to you again. You're amazing to talk to. So thank you.
No,
so
you
much.
have great storytelling skills already, and your voice is really strong too. So I think the sooner you get comfortable on camera, you'll be up there with the rest of the 28-year-olds who are doing this.
Well, I'm hoping so. Thank you so much, Dannie.
100%.
Oh
my gosh, thank you.
The rest of your Friday, okay? You take care.
I will. You too, Chris. I'll talk to you soon. I'll follow you back on everything. I got you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, talk soon. Bye.